broadcast. When you lie about us, when you censor us, when you attack us, when you delist us, when you do that, you're signing on to the other side.
These people are of the devil. Let's be very blunt about this.
Raise hell and demand accountability.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
The crowd is now moving forward toward the barrier. The police have been telling everybody they're going to shoot if we don't move back.
Their defeat will be ultimately a crushing one.
From the front lines of the information war, I'm your host, Alex Jones. See, I could sit up here and do the whole show in a perfect radio voice, but I don't. I get up here, and it's obnoxious sometimes. I listened to about 2 hours of the broadcast last night on the free iPhone app while I was doing research late into the evening, and a lot of it was good info. The guests were great. The facts were very illuminating, but I could hear myself getting overwrought, getting wound up, trying to cover too much, getting sped up in the third hour. And so today I'm going to try to just sit back and relax and just cover everything. Now, I have moved Biggs, Daniels, Madsen, Knight, and everybody to the fourth hour so they can just host it today. Instead of just coming in here and being guests for 30 minutes, they're just going to host a roundtable about Scalia, about political assassinations, about we've got a Michael Savage interview with that Biggs got that he's going to air some of. So Michael Savage in the next hour. Just a bunch of other stuff in the fourth hour. So that way I can relax right now, take my time, cover some of the news that I haven't gotten to yet, talk to Dr. Group for about 20 minutes on some big breaking news, and then segue into all these clips and other news I haven't covered that have me hyperventilating. The TPP text is out. It does end copyright as we know it. If you say Mickey Mouse, they will shut down your website. They're actually going to say internationally in a secret treaty we've signed that they can copyright words and then you can't use them even in your own text. Hyperlinks will be illegal. But they just come in through the multinational internet system, and that's why they've transferred ICANN and all that to the UN now. This is all being done for massive censorship, and they're modeling it after China. China set to ban all foreign media from publishing online. Devastating info. And again, Matt Drudge was here 4 or 5 months ago, whatever it was, in this studio. He's done like one other interview in 4 or 5 years. I mean, the media just couldn't believe it. And he came here because he knew that even though he's a serious person, broken thousands of international stories, broken some of the biggest stories ever, that they'd make a joke out of it if he came and said, I had dinner with a Supreme Court justice and they warned everybody's coming after the free press next year. This is now next year, even though he's known to be friends with these people. He just knew he could actually come here and actually talk for 45 minutes and then we wouldn't censor him. And, of course, he could do it on his own platform as well, but he was showing solidarity to support this broadcast because he understands they're coming after all of us. When they're always trying to put Limbaugh in jail because his back was hurt and he was on some pain pills. Whoop-de-doo. The government ships the narcotics in. Or they try to constantly find stuff to put me in jail for. A lot of folks go, well, we better shut up then and go along with this. No. And it's not that Limbaugh is even perfect. Nobody is. It's the point, if they can take him down, they can take everybody down. And Mark Levin says a lot of stuff I agree with. He's a talented talk show host. But to call Donald Trump a wacko nut because he said there's 28 pages that show Saudi Arabia carried out the attacks and the Bushes are no heroes, it says in there, and I've interviewed Walter Jones of North Carolina. I've interviewed Rand Paul of Kentucky, who's seen it. And I've interviewed a former senator who saw it, was on the commission, and 6 of the 10 say there's a cover-up, including Republicans. The 28 pages say a stand-down was ordered. That's high treason. It was an inside job. Not saying there isn't radical Islam. No, no. Just like they bring in the radical Islamists, then they attack us, then they take our freedom. Europe is under civil emergency, martial law in France and Germany. They're arresting people, prominent people that mildly criticize open borders. There is a false flag to the radical Islam. They're bringing it in. Sick. And that's why I'm backing Trump, because my gut tells me go with him. My gut tells me this is not a setup. When he starts doing stuff like that, or starts telling the Pope, hey, you got 200-foot walls, and quoting me exactly, again, you know Trump is aware and involved. And Trump does read our material and does listen to the show. And I don't sit there and brag about that. It's just a fact. I mean, he's obviously been on the show. He knew what would happen when he did that. Now, Dr. Grip will be with us for the rest of the hour. I'm going to him right after the break. He just has such incredible research, and he's constantly contacting us and pointing out, hey, have you covered this? FDA to start testing for glyphosate in the food, why this is so big. We'll talk about how many tons of this has been dumped on the soil, and it's in every known water supply in the U.S. And it is miracle grow for cancer in mammals. FDA to start testing. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at toxins found in seafood worldwide. Dangerous toxins in cabin air passed on to crew, study finds. And why are we covering this? There's ways to mitigate, block, and detoxify. Are antibacterial soaps safe? Even the Wall Street Journal says what Group reported on 20 years ago. It sterilizes you. It's part of the sperm not having tails or shrunken tails. Prevalence of fetal exposure to environmental toxins is determined by analysis. We're going to get to all of this. Body burden, the pollution in newborns, how it's passed on, the toxicity in your body. I mean, this is hardcore stuff, but there's things you can do. A lot of people say, I'm just going to smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, and eat GMO. I don't care if I die. What about how you pass that on? What about what happens when your wife has a kid? We're dying as a species. The earth is dying. There are real environmental crises. And the environment and the environmental movement is globalist, eugenicist, transhumanist run. They want to destroy the earth and rewrite it. They say the earth's done. They're going to build a new one. They want to live forever. They're on power trips. And so they control the movement by making it about carbon that's life-giving. It's so ingenious and sick. We are the environmentalists. We are the true folks that are promoting sustainability. The globalists are all about not having sustainability. They got a lot of window dressing that sounds good, but at the heart of it is evil. And yes, there'll be a plug here as well. That's not why he's here. I wanted to get him on about this, but he formulated this exclusive just for us, and it's Liver Shield, and we also have the Bio Shield that he also formulated exclusively for us. But Liver Shield, you take it for 6 days in your water with apple cider vinegar that we don't sell. Get it at any major store, any grocery store, in the water. You take it for 6 days. You take the Oxy powder, 4 to 7 tablets, depending on how big you are, for 6 days. And then you take the 7 ounces of organic virgin olive oil, and you lay on the side that's got your liver and gallbladder. And most people the next morning, it is fireworks. With me, it took a day and a half, and I was blown away. It was like the movie Alien. And Leanne's done a video on it, and dude lost 12 or 13 pounds, and he's not fat. It was stuff in him. They say John Wayne had like 40-something pounds of beef and stuff. And I mean, I don't want to get gross here, but this isn't like the some of the rough herbs and things that are painful. This is oxygen with the herbs, and it's spectacular. And I'm a lazy butt. I'm not a big vitamin mineral person. When I finally started doing it, it changed my life. I've only done the cleanse twice. I need to just do it. Big thing is you don't drink for a week, and I like a beer or so at night or a glass of wine. I mean, I'm going to be a hypocrite here, tell folks I'm some teetotaler. What do they call in the South Baptist bottle openers? They call them church keys. The point is, I'm going to do one of these again very soon. But everybody can see how much better I look. It's back in. It was sold out. InfoWarsLife.com.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
You've heard Infidel Body Armor ads for years. You've thought about investing in body armor, but just haven't found the time. Stop. Now is the time. You want the industry leader. You need a proven product. Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Products made in the USA designed to protect Americans. We make armor easy to understand and easy to purchase. InfidelBodyArmor.com. Get yours before time runs out.
Hi, my name is Nick Lupo. One World Whey has been by far the best protein that I've ever had. I take it 3 times a day. Once in the morning as soon as I wake, once for a pre-workout snack, and once for a post-workout recovery drink. It has helped me transform and sculpt my body into what I have now. I began taking the product about 2 years ago, and boy, let me tell you, I'm in the best shape of my life. I've seen major muscle mass gains and have 0% body fat. I have had people in my gym ask if I compete in bodybuilding because of how lean and muscular I am. I used to suffer from everyday aches and pains from hard manual labor my whole life and arthritis that runs through my family. But One World Whey has helped me take that everyday pain from a 10 to a 3. Some days I feel no pain at all, just full of life and energy. It has also helped my skin look younger and healthier. Thank you, Synergistic Nutrition, for One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworldwhey.com.
I'm just a sweet old lady who needs help crossing the street. But the real reason I want to get to the other side is so I can steal your identity along the way. While you're holding onto my hand, the RFID reader in my purse is capturing all your personal information. Debit cards, credit cards, even your work ID badge isn't safe. Oh, you have an RFID chipped subway pass? Well, now, so do I.
Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold wallets, card sleeves, and purses. ID Stronghold pioneered RFID blocking technology over 10 years ago to prevent electronic pickpocketing. Even when your wallet is open, imitators don't do that. ID Stronghold wallets even cost about the same as wallets in most stores, but give you extra protection. Visit IDStronghold.com and get the original RFID blocking wallet.
I'm Walt Augustinowicz, founder and CEO. Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold.
IDStronghold.com.
As we've been trotting on the wine press much too long, rebel. Babylon system is the vampire.
Sucking the children's blood day by day. Speaking of the vampire, this is what the vampire...
Maybe it's that Senator Sanders wasn't really a Democrat until he decided to run for president. He doesn't even know what the, last 2 Democratic presidents did. And well, it's true. It's true. It's true.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, it happens to be true. And I got to tell you, I look at our last 2 Democratic presidents. Were they perfect? No. No person is, but I'll tell you what, I would take the 2 of them over any Republican, anytime, anywhere.
Oh, those people are just so into how they're liberal and they're into freedom and they're social justice warriors. And this is the CIA, Black Op, Mena, Arkansas, all the murders, Benghazi, the corruption, the stolen valor, the Brian Williams of female politicians, but it's all about women. Well, guess what? Salon, the folks that endorse pedophilia in 5 articles in the last few years, literally, that say it's just a right, I guess, or something cute. They are saying it's over for Hillary. The LA Times is saying it. I want to get into the news, the health news with you, Dr. Group, but as an American, as an Army veteran, as a patriot, what do you think of this election? What do you think of what's happening? What do you think of, wow, Hillary, a referendum on the establishment, sinking in her own party? That is amazing. And what do you think of Trump?
I've been watching your show a lot and listening to a lot of other people out there. And I think we're right in the middle of a revolution. You know, there's a lot of things good that are happening. There's a lot of things bad that are happening. But ultimately, it's people like us